Redditors who have followed through in finding hot MILFs in your area. What happened? Those websites are filled with spam bots pretending to be women. However, there actually are a few bored, neglected housewives on the more legit ones. Mostly they just flirt with the idea of meeting up then flake, which I guess is not dissimilar to regular hookup sites, apps. But I did have an extended fling with a married woman that I met from one of those sites for a little while back in college. A bit homely, but I didn't care. I just wanted to get laid back then. She never wanted me to use protection. Which I stupidly obliged to. It was hot. Okay, but, surprise surprise, she got pregnant. I dipped. Of course. And the husband never found out as far as I'm aware. I still look her up on FB from time to time. The kid was of the special needs type. He's grown up now, and he actually uses Reddit under the username of the Laughing Joker or something cringy like that. True story. I can't believe I got demolished that fucking bad. On a side note, Dad, LMAO, I'm here from R memes and your sacrifice is honorable. And I am sitting here on He Pooper reading the longest I frick your mum joke, wondering why I returned to this site and what I am doing with my life. Because, you, Hazelnuthable comment is what you came for. Ladies and gentlemen, we got M. Jokes aside, some of these back into Russian wife things. An old coworker at my previous job fell for one. Chatted with a girl for a few months and flew out to the Ukraine to meet her. He sent tons of videos and pics to our all-staff email, which we found incredibly odd. She in no way looked like a Russian woman trying to obtain a visa, but instead almost like somebody who lives in a city and has some money. It just seemed off. She ended up stealing all of his money and passport while he was passed out. The guy had to go to the embassy to work out being able to get money wired and an id to leave the country. Expectation, hot MILF. Reality, new computer. Happened to me too. The MILF was ugly as frick, so I just stole her computer. Motherboard I like to flick. If this question had said, serious replies only, there would be absolutely no replies. The golden rule. Never let your MILF thing get serious. He was just playing by the rules all the way. It's like the Ashley Madison leak that revealed there were 3 women. And endless numbers of bots and several million horny dudes with some explaining to do. My computer and I got matching viruses. 10 out of 10 would find hot MILFs again. I gave my C card to lose my V card. And let's not even talk about the SD card. I went to their houses and installed air conditioning. Now they're cool MILFs in my area. Thank you so much for your service. I had an ad pop up that said there was a horny slut ready to frick in my area less than 5 meters from me. I very slowly turned around to make sure she wasn't standing in the doorway just watching me. I think it was meant to say 5 kilometers. Maybe she was under the bed. Or in a closet. You better go look, she might still be there. Or on the roof. My ads are more realistic. Glance at a mildly attractive bus driver in your area. Motorists I'd like to frick. Best motorcycles to motorboat on. I literally get frick ugly women in your area. FML. Alanis Morissette is on tour this summer. You want single MILFs that need to get rid of some angst. Then this it. I'm gonna be all over it. This guy knows. Well, he oughta. Just go on F-flat marketplace and search for unused wedding dresses to find heartbroken easy hookups. Bonus, you can sort by size. The odds are good, but the goods are odd. Yep. A buddy of mine doesn't set an age range on Tinder and isn't picky. He hooks up with lonely older women occasionally. Anyone can get laid if you set your standards low enough. Worked like a charm for me. The craziest part was that I live in the same area as your mom. Damn good one. It worked. I quickly acquired hundreds of women through the ads. Herring. I work at a soda shop in a town with a bunch of attractive LDS moms who flirt with me in the drive-thru as they buy their Diet Cokes with lime and coconut. I've never seen so many tall blonde MILFs drive white Honda minivans. Sometimes come back to say they are visiting me. I don't know how to make the next move from there, but someday I will. Provo moms. For the one I clicked. The M apparently stood for men. Me and Greg are happy now. Suddenly gay. No serious tag. Oof. Yeah, I guess that would have been a good idea. I was curious if anyone actually tried it myself and how the scam was set up. My friend did once. And it was a credit card scam. I guess the MILF was just gold digger. All she wanted was a quick frick and I wanted a long-term relationship with at least 13 children. Found Prince Andrew. I found her on Match.com. She's the single mother of 2 teenagers. Close in age to my own kids. We've been dating for 8 months. And I will probably propose soon. Hey look, I found a nice one. I met a nice Nigerian prince. We're still friends to this day. He even pays for my AIDS treatments with the money he stole from me. Friendship is far more important than money anyways. All I found was some weird Indian guy in a warehouse. Me too. At first it seemed unbelievable. How could this many 40-something women be interested in sex with me? I could hardly believe my luck. But then it all started happening. Before I knew it, 5 hideous, dirty, filthy sluts were fighting to suck me off. But why was that red-headed one putting on a strap-on dildo? Ladies. Let's not get too, but before I could even get the word hasty out of my finger-filled mouth, a ghastly rubber contraption had been hastily shoved in that darkest of places. I never knew what such intense penetration would feel like. But in that moment I knew. I knew very well indeed. Before I could finish saying, wait just a blasted moment. These 3 brown-headed ladies were clambering to get their fists in my rectum. Wowie, I exclaimed in ecstasy. By the end of the night, they revealed to me that they had been men wearing wigs and dresses. Homeless men. From the smell of them, I wouldn't recommend the experience to anyone. But my goodness, this weekly routine has come to mean more to me than anything else in my life. I love you, guys. Thank you for your sacrifice. Your rectum was not fisted in vain. If you're old enough to have been online during the early Yahoo chat room days before it became 95% bots, truly the glory days. ASL. Kind of related story. This former coworker we used to have was a fucking goon that nobody liked. After work he went onto these sites on the work computer out back and wrote a slew of messages to seemingly girl he could PM. He would pretty much write the same-ish message every time. About how, if they're looking for a boy, they're talking to the wrong person. Because he's a man who likes to frick. He also always wrote about going down on women and licking the sweet juices from them. As to how we found out, he forgot to X out of the window. Or log out. Or delete history. Any of it. So the owner came into work the next day and was crying laughing reading through the messages while we all gathered around. Afterward for a while we dubbed this guy the Juice Man, for reasons stated before. But that's certainly the best attempt at a local meetup story I know of. No way this line didn't work. He was probably drowning in puss. I used to hook up with a MILF sort of. She was 10 years older than me. So cross between MILF and older friend's sister, which she was. Pretty awesome for NSA sex. There's not a whole lot of expectation that things could actually work out, and she was my friend's sister, so she wanted to keep things quiet, which was a plus for me. And she was a freak. Lonely divorcee that needed excitement and was down to try anything. The thing about the NSA is that they know all about you before you even start. Ended up meeting my mum over an embarrassing cup of coffee in Starbucks. Must have been difficult drinking that coffee with 2 broken arms. Craigslist personals were the actual best for this. I used it in college and succeeded more than a few times. RIP. Hello FBI, I found the Craigslist killer.